I think the biggest misconception about the Farallon Islands is that it's a barren, lifeless rock out in the middle of the ocean. It supports a tremendous amount of life, from the intertidal community all the way up through the seabirds and the marine mammals. For those people who are even aware that we exist, it's amazing. We're part of the city of San Francisco, and a large amount of the population doesn't even know we're out here. The Farallon Islands are the largest seabird breeding colony in the contiguous United States. We have approximately 350,000 breeding seabirds of 13 different species. Point Blue and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service have a unique and extremely productive working relationship. We work together to use the best available science to help protect, enhance, restore the Farallons for the wildlife.
Starting in 1971, the Coast Guard handed over management of Southeast Farallon Island to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. That's a special feeling to work in a place that's closed to the public, so not a lot of people get to experience this. The reason this place is so special is it's protected. We wouldn't be able to accomplish as much as we do without the Point Blue biologists and the work of our volunteers. They're out here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
I fell in love with the Farallons the first time I came out here. The island belongs to the wildlife, and you can tell when you walk on that we're just visitors here, and it's ruled by the birds and the marine mammals that breed here. Point Blue biologists first started coming to the Farallons in 1967, and so we have a wealth of knowledge about the islands and about what occurs here normally. With this long-term time series, when something occurs that is outside our range of experience, we're able to detect that immediately and realize what the implications might be. Seabirds, as being upper-level marine predators, help pull together everything that's happening in the ocean at levels below them. They tell us about changes in the environment, and in this case, it's the Gulf of the Farallons.
The pace of life out here slows down quite a bit. We're examining things so closely, and you start to understand the animals. And that's kind of neat when you get that involved with a study species, because you feel like you've become part of, their world. Pinnipeds, which are seals and sea lions, they are top marine predators. They are a reliable source to indicating the health of an ecosystem. With respect to climate change, this is where the value of long-term data sets comes in. The island has been impacted quite a bit from climate change. We've seen sea level rise as a part of this whole increase in the intensity and frequency of large storm events. We have had a lot of sand erosion, washing away beach access areas and the beaches themselves, and our elephant seal population has declined as a result. We've been collecting sea surface temperature with that long-term weather data set over time, and we've seen increases in recording some of the highest sea surface temperatures that we've ever gotten. This is such a complicated ecosystem, right? We don't know that much about our oceans. You start to tug on one little thing and you see that it's attached to all these other things. And to be honest with you, we got to collect a lot more of this. And that's why I think keeping this research facility and this site going for many, many more years is important. We're going to be able to eventually say a lot more about climate change based on the data that we're collecting. I think that's part of the rewarding part of the job too.
The Farallon program has been going on since the late 60s, and for almost that entire period, we've had volunteer research assistants rounding out our field crew. And they're looking to get practical experience, learning how to do studies in the field, learning how to work with birds or marine mammals, and how to conduct sound research in a field setting. They volunteer their time for a minimum of 2 months, sometimes longer, to help collect data and to learn and develop in their careers. And we really pride ourselves on being a training program, training the next generation of scientists.
I'm so hopeful that someday, there have been a lot of people before me, and there's going to be a lot of people after, but maybe our society will find the value in this a little bit more.
What I want people to know is that this is an incredibly wondrous place. It's full of life. It's important as a place to conserve for the wildlife and for the sake of having places like this that still exist in the world.